Good morning, students. Uh, Today is the continuation of your yesterday topic, that is the binary search tree. Okay, so last class we discussed about what do you mean by binary search tree, what is the difference between binary tree and binary search tree, and we discussed about various operations which can be performed in your binary search tree, like insertion, deletion, searching operations. Okay, so all the operations, these operations can be performed in your binary search tree. And we started with the deletion operations. Okay, that is in the first case. We saw some examples also. So today we are going to discuss the continuity of that one. Okay, so first let us see one problem before entering into this deletion. Okay, let us see how we can construct a binary search tree. Suppose some elements is given to you. Okay, I hope you can see these numbers. Okay, 8, 3, 10, 14, 13, 16, 1, 4, 7. So now I'm going to construct a binary search tree using the given data. Okay, let us consider these are the data. Using this information, I'm going to construct the binary search tree. So always you start with from your left to right. Okay, when you start from your left to right means you consider the first element. So first element is 8. Okay, so if you have a first element or only one element, always you mark that element as your root node. So I have marked that element as my root node. So next I have to go to your second element, that is your 3, isn't it? So 3, this data, that is a 3 element is it is less than that of your the root node 8. Okay, so what I have to do means, if the element is less than that of your root means or parent means, I should place it on the left side. Okay, that is a left subtree. So I'm here, I have space, so I'm going to create a node. So after that, here I'm going to place the element 3. Okay, so when it is placed means, then I have to go for a next element, that is next element is 10. So 10, again I have to start comparing only from your root element 8. Okay, so when I compare this root element 8 with a 10, what happens? It is 10 is greater than that of your root element 8. If it is greater means, then I should place it on the right side. So in your right side, I will have the 10. Okay, right side, right child of your 8, I am going to place the element 10. Okay, so next element is 14. So where I will place this 14 means, again I should start compare from your root element, that is 8. So after that, what I have to do, if I compare with 8 and 14, 14 is greater than that of your root element 8. So I should traverse along your right subtree, isn't it? So here what happens, already one element is placed over here. So now this acts as my current root element. So now I have to compare my 14 with this root element, this parent element 10. Okay. So now when you compare this one, what happens? Again, this 14 is greater than that of 10. If it is greater means, again I have to create another node for this one, and I should place it over here. If there is no space means, then you have to traverse along your right side. If it is space means, then you have to create a node and you have to place your element over there. If it is placed means, then you have to go for a next element, that is 13. So next element is 13. Again, you start searching from your root element 8. So when you compare this root element 8, 13 again is greater than that of this 8, isn't it? So then it goes along your right subtree. Again 16 is greater than this 10. So it goes, it prefers the right subtree. So next it goes into the 14. So it should compare 16 and 14. So when you compare this 14 and 16, 16 is greater. So here I have a space. So I'm going to create a node and I'm going to place this 16 over here. Yes. So next one is after the 16, what happens? I have to do a next element. So next number is 1, isn't it? So 1 is less than that of the root element 8. Okay, therefore, if it is the element is less means, then I have to give preference to the left subtree. Okay, so here left subtree already one element is placed. Now after that I have to compare this 1 and 3. So when you compare this 1 and 3, what happens? 1 is less than that of a 3. Therefore, I'm going to place it on the left side. So like this you have to place. Next one 4. Again you start compare with your root element. It is less. And I'm going to tag along a left side. When you compare 4 and 3, what happens? 4 is greater. Therefore, I'm going to place the 4 element on the right side. Okay. So after placing this, what happens? Next last element is 7. So again, you start comparing with your 8. Okay. So it is less. Okay. That is 7 is less than that of your 8. It travels along a left subtree. So when you compare this 7 and 4, what happens? 7 is greater. Therefore, I'm going to move it on your right side. So when you compare this 7 and 4, what happens? 7 is greater, isn't it? Therefore, I'm going to place it on the right subtree. Is it correct? Yes. Yes. Can you follow this one, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Is it correct, ma? Binary search tree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is correct. Okay. So actually, next one is what I'm going to do means, let us consider, suppose if I want to go for a deletion, let us consider this one example. Okay, let us consider this binary search tree. So let us consider I have to delete some elements from your binary search tree. Okay, so while constructing itself, you will know that suppose if I want to insert any particular new element means, procedure you have to follow. Say suppose if I want to perform deletion operation, let us see what you have to do. So deletion operation means I will have a 3 cases. That is deleting a child element. Say suppose child node means if I want to delete this node, that is the one node if I want to delete, because this particular node does not have any child, that is this is the leaf node. Okay, so case 1 is nothing but here, suppose if it is a leaf node, then what you have to do. Okay, so this will be your first case. Second case is that suppose if I want to delete a node which contains only one child. Okay, let us consider this 14. Okay, suppose if I want to delete this 14, in this case what happens? I have only one child. So second case is nothing but, suppose if you have one child means, then what you have to do. And third case is, suppose if the deleted node contains 2 children. If it is 2 children, then what I have to do? Okay, so these are the 2 children. Let us consider this is your first case, because this particular node does not contain any child, that is a leaf node. So this is your second condition. It contains only one element. And let us consider this root node, because this contains 2 branches. Okay, so if this is the case means, then what I have to do? So that is the 3 cases you have to see. Okay, so let's enter into the 3 cases. Suppose if it is the 0 children, 0 children means you will not have any branches, that is you will have only that we call it as a leaf node. Suppose node contains if one child, then what you have to do? Node contains if 2 children, then what you have to do? So these are the deletion operations, and you have to follow certain rules to be followed for your delete operations. Okay, so you all know that suppose if I want to create a binary search tree means what happens? Suppose if we are insert, that is, let us consider if I'm implementing this one in using a pointers, what I will do? Each node will contain 3 fields, isn't it? One field is for your data field and 2 fields is for your right child address and left child address. That is, this 8 node contains the that is a left child address of your this 3 node. Am I correct? Similarly, this that is the right child address of this 8 node contains the 10 node address. isn't it? So like this, each and every node contains the 3 fields, and you have to fill up the left child address as well as the right child address. Say suppose if I want to delete any node means, then what are the changes I have to do? If suppose if I want to delete this particular one node means, okay, this has to be removed from this. Then what I have to do? So if I want to remove this node which contains no child, okay, and that happens to be a leaf node means, then what I have to do? Instead of having that is a left child node address as this particular node, I have to mark the left child address as a null. It means that indirectly you are removing this node from your attached one. Can you follow this one? When you mark your left child of this particular node which marked as null means, automatically this particular node will be removed from your binary search tree. So this is the rule you have to follow for your first case. If it is a leaf node means, so if it is a leaf node means, just you are going to the place of that node. Okay, so say suppose let us consider this this diagram, binary tree. If I want to remove this 16 because this belongs to the case 1, that is a leaf node. If I want to remove this node, what I will do? Instead of having the right child address, so 14 of right child, what I am going to do? In this place, I am going to just mark it as a null. When I do this, what will happen? Automatically, this node will be detached. Am I correct? When I have this 16 node address will be only I will go for, that is I will visit the 16. Suppose if I don't have this address, instead of that I'm having a n means, that is a null means, I will stop doing the iteration. So automatically this particular node will be detached from the binary search tree. Okay, so this is a way of doing your that is your first case. Okay, can you follow? Yes, is it clear for your case 1? Yes. Yes. So this is your first case. Okay, explained. Okay, yesterday itself I explained. Okay, isn't it? So if I want to remove this child, that is your node which contains no children means, what I have to do? In the place of right, that is a right child, I am going to mark it as a null. If I do this one, what happens? I am removing this particular node. Okay, after removing, what happens? So this will be your result. Okay, so this is for a case 1. Not only for this one, if I want to remove this particular node 10 or this node 5, all these cases you have to follow the same procedure. For this one, right child, I have to mark it as null. Okay. Similarly, if I want to remove this 5 node, what I will do? Left child of your this 7, I have to mark it as null. Okay. And this right child, I will have the 9 node address. Okay. You have to keep as it is. So these are the changes you have to do if I want to perform a deletion operation for your case 1. So next go for your case 2. So what is a case 2? Case 2 means, suppose if I want to delete a node which contains only one child. If it contains only one child means, then what I have to do? Say suppose this 10, that is, let us consider I want to delete this particular node. Okay, I have to remove this node 9 which contains only one child. Say suppose if I mark, like let us consider right child of this one, I marked as a, that is a change the address value as this particular 10 node gets removed. But what I have to do? I have to remove only 9, isn't it? I should not remove the node 10. If I want to retain the node 10 in your binary search tree means, then what I have to do means, so that is I should do only one replacement, that is the child node address should be stored in your right child of this one. That is, before deleting, this 7 contains the 9 node address. Let us consider 9 node address is 5000. Okay. And the child node address is some 700. Let us assume this way. Okay. So now I want to remove the node 500. Okay, and this 7 node before deletion, what happens? This 7 contains the value as 5000. This happens before deletion. Okay, if I want to remove this 9, what happens means I should not have the 5000 in the place of right child of 7, isn't it? Node 7. So instead of that, what I have to do means, instead of this one, I should place the address of 10. So I should place this address, that is 700. So if I place the 700, what happens? This right child of 7, I place the address of 700. So automatically this particular node gets detached from the binary search tree. So after this 7, what happens? When I am in 7, I will visit, after this I will go for your node 7. If I have a 700, from there I will go for this particular node 10, isn't it? I will not visit this 9 because I don't have 5000, I have only the 7000, that is the 10 node address, isn't it? So this is the way to do the deletion operation if it contains only one child. I hope you follow this example. Can you follow this example? Yes, second case, it is okay, ma? Can you follow second case?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Okay, next let us move on to your third case. I think first case and second cases are easy. First case means if you don't have any child, means just you are going to mark it as a null in your parent node. Okay, so that you can detach your child from your binary search tree. In second case, what happens? You have to replace the child node in your grandparent address. Okay, wherever you want to do the replacement, you have to do that replace address. This happens in your case 2. And let's see for a case 3 what happens. What is a case 3? Case 3 is nothing but if I want to delete a node, that node contains two children. If you have, this is the case. Let us consider this example. If I want to remove the node 12, okay, which contains the two branches, that is I have a left branch as well as I have the right branch. Okay, so here what I have to do, I have two options. Okay, so I can have two methods or two ways of taking the elements. Either I can take the maximum element from your left subtree, or I can take the minimum element from your right subtree. I repeat it once again. Maximum element from your, okay, maximum, you have to take the maximum element from your left subtree, or you have to take your minimum element from, you can choose any one. Okay, if you are choosing left to subtree means you have to consider the maximum element from your left subtree. Say suppose for this example, if I am choosing a left subtree means, what is the left subtree of this root element 12? Because I am going to remove this element, isn't it? This element, that is 12, I am going to remove. If I want to remove this one, what happens means, this is my left subtree, isn't it? So if this is my left subtree, so what is the condition? If I choose left subtree means I should pick up the maximum element. What is the maximum element in this? What is the largest element or greatest element in your left subtree? 10, 10 is the largest element. Okay, so what I'm going to do means I'm going to take the address of this one. Okay, so just what I'm going to do means I'm going to take this element, that is I'm going to remove this element from here. If I want to remove this element, what I have to do? So removing means I'm going to mark the null over here, because this particular node is the leaf node, isn't it? So right child of your 9 node, I should mark it as a null. If it is null means automatically it is detached. Then I have to take this one, okay, and I have to bring back to your this part. Okay, it means that I have to take the address of this one, and in your left child I should take the address of 7 and I have to mark it in your left child node. Okay, similarly in your right side I have to take the address and I have to mark it over here. If I do this one, what happens? 10 will be placed over there. This is one procedure, okay? That is, I have to take the maximum element from your left subtree and I have to bring back that particular maximum element to your root node, okay? That is, I'm going to remove this one. After removing this one, this part will be a empty one because this left subtree and right subtree will be detached, okay? But what I have to do, I have to remove only the 12, not all the elements. So in order to do the shuffling, what I have to do means I have to take the maximum element from your left subtree and I have to bring back the maximum element towards your parent node, so that after that I have to attach your left subtree as well as the right subtree. When I do this one, what happens? I will get your binary search tree. Can you follow this one? Case 3. So let us consider if I want to remove again the node 10 from this the result. Okay. So can you tell me what I have to do if I want to remove the root element 10, because again it contains the two branches left and right, and you can choose left subtree itself. Say suppose if you are choosing left subtree, what I have to do? I have to take the maximum element, isn't it? So what is the maximum element of your left subtree?
9, ma'am.
9 is the maximum element. So what I'm going to do means I'm going to move the 9 towards the this particular root element. So instead of 10, I will have a 9 and I'm going to remove this 10. So in the left, that is the right child of 9, I'm going to mark it as null, so that this part gets removed. Okay. So these are the changes I have to do. Similarly, left child of 9 should be marked as the address of 7. Okay. Similarly, right child, you should have the address of 19. So all these changes you have to do it for your delete operations. Can you follow this one, ma'am? Yes? Is it
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
Yes. So we completed our binary search tree. Already we discussed the insertion operation and deletion operation is over. And also we discussed about your searching operations, isn't it? First, we discussed only the searching operations. Okay, next let us see some examples. Suppose if I choose a right subtree, then what will happen? Okay, so it depends upon the algorithm you use in your program. In your program, it is your wish. Either if you use a left subtree, then you have to use the maximum element. If you use in your algorithm right subtree, means in that you have to use the minimum element. You have to pick up the minimum element, depends upon that one. Okay, and let us consider for this example. Let us consider in this example, I am going to choose the right subtree. If I choose the right subtree, what I have to do? Let us consider in this question, I am going to delete the node. And can you see this diagram? Yes. So in this one, what is the question is, this is the binary search tree. Okay. So in this binary search tree, I have to delete the node 9. This is the case 3, isn't it? Because this particular node 9 contains the left child as well as the right child. If I want to delete this particular node 9, and what I have to do? I have, let us assume that I am going to choose the right subtree. Okay. So if this is the option, means then which element will be removed, and in the place of 9, which element will be replaced? Any?
18
11,
will
ma'am.
Yes, 11 will be replaced. Yes, good. Because if I choose the right subtree, means what happens? This is the right subtree of your 9, isn't it? So this is the right subtree. In the right subtree, which is the minimum element of your right subtree? So in the, if you can see this one, 11 is the minimum element. So I have to bring this 11 over there. Okay. So I'm going, this, if you see this 11, what happens means it is a leaf node. So in your 13 of left child, I have to mark it as null, and I have to bring this 11 in the place of 9, so that I can remove this 9. Okay. So this is the minimum value 11. Okay. and I'm using the right subtree in this case. Suppose if you are using right subtree means I have to take the minimum value. So in the place of 9, I'm going to bring this 11 over it. It means that the left child of 11, I should have a address of 8, and right child of 11, I should have the address of 15. Can you follow this one? So this is how you have to do it for your right subtree. Okay, suppose if you are choosing your right subtree, this is the method. Let us have one more example. If I want to delete the node 6, again, if I am using only the right subtree, then which one will be replaced over there? I want to delete the node 6. Okay, and I'm going to choose the right subtree of this one because I have two branches. Either I have to choose the left subtree or right subtree. Let us assume that I'm going to choose the right subtree. If I'm choosing the right subtree means which node will be replaced in the place of 6? Any idea?
8, ma'am.
8. Yes, because this is the minimum element, isn't it? This is the right subtree. Whole part is the right subtree. If you see this right subtree, 8 is the minimum element. Okay. But here, what happens if I remove? If it is a child node, means what happens? You will not have any problem. Just in the place of this 11, that is the 11 of left child. Simply, I can mark it as null, isn't it? But if you mark it as null, means what will happen? This 9 and 10 gets detached from the binary subtree. It means that it will be removed, isn't it? I should not remove this nodes 9 and 10. Then what I have to do? Actually, I should replace. That is, I should replace this 8 only in the place of 6. That the answer is
you
correct.
Can keep 9 in place of 8, ma'am.
Yes, in the place of 8, that is, you have to keep the 9 over there. Okay, that is in your 11, you have to move this 9 over there. Can you follow this one? So you are going to move this 9 over there, and then you are going to bring this 8 in the place of 6. Exactly. Can you follow this one? So what I am going to do means, so 9 in the right child, that is the left child of 11, I should have a 9 node address, and after that I can bring this 8 towards your parent node. Okay, very good, ma. So this is how you have to do the deletion operations. Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Yes, can you follow this one? Is it okay, ma? So whenever
Yes,
you do deletion operation, first you have to see a particular node whether the child that is a leaf node, or it contains only one child. If it is the 2 children, okay, you have to be very careful if the particular node contains 2 children. Okay, if it is a 2 children means, again in that you will be picking up your minimum element from your left subtree, or sorry, minimum element from your right subtree, or maximum element from your left subtree. While choosing that one also, you have to be very careful that you should not detach other elements from your binary search tree. So you have to be very careful, okay, while assigning the address to particular node. Okay, so within this we stop our binary search tree operations. Okay, so let's see this algorithm. Okay, how it works. That is a creation of your binary search tree. So what is the rule should be followed for creation of your binary search tree? Already we discussed about your binary tree. If I want to, that is, you are using your recursion only, we constructed our binary tree. Already we discussed that one in our previous class, isn't it? This is a binary search tree. So binary search tree means what rule I have to follow. If I have a first node means, then I have to mark it as a root, isn't it? If it is a second node means what I have to do? I have to compare that one with your root data. If the key value, that is the element to be inserted, if it is that value is less than that of your root element means, then what you have to do? You have to push it on your left side. If it is greater means you have to push it on your right side. So these two things you have to follow. Am I correct? So what happens means this is the algorithm for creation. Suppose if the root element is null means, then what you have to do, you have to call the new node that is here for in order to create a you have to call a function in order to create a node, okay? Or otherwise, if the root element, that is your root data, is less than that of your key means, then what it means that your root element is less, but your key value is greater, okay? Towards your right side. Can you follow this one? Suppose if your root element, that is root of right is only, you have to call this particular recursion function. Suppose if it is a key value was less than that of your root element means, then you have to call your left, that is you have to push it on your left side. So these two steps you have to repeatedly follow in order to construct the binary search tree. When you do recursively this one, easily you can construct your binary search tree, isn't it? Suppose if I want to construct the element 14 and 17, let us consider these are the three elements means what I have to do. First element, that is initially I do not have any empty, isn't it? So my root will be null. So I will call the creation of a new node. Let us assume that I called the creation of a node and created a node and I marked that value was 14. Okay. So next one is 17. So 17 is this. After comparing, the key is greater than that of your that is a data, then what I have to do means, so the key is greater means then I have to put it on your right side. So this side I have to create a node, so and I'm going to do this one. So this happens in your second step. I'm calling the that is your the right side and I'm going to insert the element over here. So this has to be done in your second step. Suppose if it is a 5 means I should compare with your root element, it is less. So I'm going to create a node and I'm going to put it on your left side. That is your third case. Okay. So this is a very simple process when you do it by using your recursion. When this recursion gets stopped means when you don't no need to that is when you stop doing your creation of a node, it gets stop. That is when you mark this part as a null means, then it means that it's enough to creation of your particular node. Okay, so this is coding for your insert, that is a creation of your binary search tree. Okay, so let me run this program. Okay, so in this program what I have done means, so I use in your main statement. Can you see this main statement? Main statement colored in a green color. Okay. So in the main statement, what happens? First, initially I'm marking my root address as null. It means that initially I have not created any root. So I'm going to mark it as null. In your just for a simple program, I have taken the direct value. Okay. So according to your program, you can get input from your user. Okay. So I want you people to write your own program in such a way that you have to get input from your user, because in this program, by default, I gave the input in your program itself. Okay. So first one, so I gave the input as 100. Okay. So what happens means if the value is 100 means I'm calling the insert function. So it enters into this function. So what happens here? What is my initial root value? My initial root value is null. Okay, can you follow this one? So initial root value is null and my key value is 100. So starting my key value is 100. Okay, so it enters into this function. I hope you can see this coding. Okay, so it enters into the function. If my root value is equal to null means what I have to do? I have to create a node, isn't it? So I'm calling another function. So get new node. So this part I am going to create a new node. So new node, what happens? I am going to create one address. Okay, that address is stored in your new node. So for this particular new, already I think you know this one, struct function. In your struct, I will have a 3 fields. One is your data field. So here I'm using a key, that is an integer data type. Other one is your left and other one is right. Both variables are pointers. So left is used to store the left child address and right is used to store the right child address. So initially I am going to mark the left child and right child address as null. Okay. And what is the value for, what value will be stored over here? New node of key is equal to val, isn't it? So here I am passing the value 100. Can you see this one? So here I am passing the value 100. So what value will be stored over here? New node of key is equal to anyone? New node of key is equal to, what is the value will be stored over here? So I have created some address. Let us consider 5000. Okay. So 5000 I have created 5000 of key. I am going to store the value. What value will be stored over here, ma? What's the value I'm passing?
100.
100. Yes, exactly. So I'm passing 100. So that 100 will be stored over here. So new node of key contains 100 and new node of left contains null and new node of right contains null. So at present what happens, I have created only one node. Let us assume that I have created some new node address as some 5000. Okay. And inside that one, I have inserted the node that is the element 100. Okay. So next one, what happens? So I am returning this one. Since my root value is equal to null, I will not execute these statements. Okay, I will not execute these statements because my root value is equal to, initially my root value is equal to null. So these statements will not be executed. So I am calling this function, just I am assigning the new node of key is null and I am assigning left and right child as null and I am returning the address. Okay, so at present I have created only this particular node and left child of this one is marked as null and right child of this one also is marked as null. I hope you follow, because 5000 of left is null and 5000 of right is also null. Okay, okay, so that is after executing this this statement. Okay, only this happens. So when I execute this second statement, what happens means root is equal to insert of root of 50. So at present, my root value, I returned some root value. What value I returned over here? I returned the value as of 5000. Okay, can you follow this one? What value I returned over here? Returned value is, so here I have returned the value as of 5000. So that value is returned. So this particular root contains a 5000. So again, when I execute this third statement, what happens means, so here I will have a 5000 of 50. Okay, and you please go through these two statements, okay, manually, and you see that in your left whether your this 50 value is attached, as well as this right side 150 value is also attached. Okay, so this is the implementation part of your binary search tree. So when you execute these two statements, what happens means automatically 50 and 150 gets attached over here. Okay, can you follow this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any doubt, ma? I'll post this one in your Google Classroom. Okay, you work this program and see whether you're getting this answer. Okay, actually I use the in order traversal for this one. Okay, okay, so time is over. If you don't have any doubt, means